everyone! Welcome to episode 1 of the In Stitches podcast. We are starting a podcast about knitting, crochet, sewing, yarn, and also art.
Yes.
Yes. So today is Monday, October 22nd? 23rd?
Second. 22nd.
22nd. Okay. Yes. And I'm Holly Isaac, also known as Holly Isaac on Ravelry, and holly.knits on Instagram, and I'm on Facebook too, but barely. And I live in Newburgh, Oregon, with a bunch of cats that aren't mine, and a husband. And this is...
My name is Kirsten Williams. I am Holly's middle daughter. So I live in Tacoma with my husband. See, we've been married for about just over a year now, so yay! So love, married life, and all that. I'm on Ravelry, only barely. I just sort of got into this whole, yarn world. So, it's a very large world, but I'm very excited to be tiptoeing my way in, so.
Well, I taught you to knit and crochet when you were little.
Yes.
And you've been doing it off and on.
I've been doing it off and on for, years.
Right.
But it's only been lately that I've been,
right.
really getting into it.
Right.
And, buying all the fancy yarns
Right.
and, getting all the, buying all the good patterns off Ravelry and all that kind of stuff. So
here we are. Mainly,
say something else?
well, mainly what your big thing is art, or at least up until recently.
I'm kind of a jack of all trades when it comes to, all the crafty stuff. I like to do it all. I'm pretty decent at all of it. And over the course of the years, it's been art. I draw. Lately, over the past 2 years or so, I've been getting into painting, so I'll probably be showing some of my drawings and some of my coloring books that I've made and some of my paintings, so I'll be doing that. And then more recently, I've been getting into the more yarn-type crafts, and so I can only focus on one thing at a time, so currently it's the yarn crafts, but I'll probably stop after a little bit and focus on art again.
Yeah.
Funny that way.
So I have been wanting to start a podcast for probably over a year now, but me personally, I've been wanting to do one for a while now.
And you talked to me about it in April,
right? But I've been thinking about it for about a year, and I talked to my other daughter, her older sister, Allison, about it, and she was kind of like, meh. And so we never really got it off the ground, and I just thought, do I really have anything that people would want to hear? Because there's just so many podcasts out there already. So why would anybody want to listen to me? Why am I so special or whatever? But I also know that I really enjoy podcasts, and I didn't used to watch any, and now I watch 15. So I just love them. I love them all, and everyone's is a little bit different, and everyone has something that's just kind of different about them, and I thought, well, we're a little different in that I mostly knit, she mostly crochets. We know how to do both things, but that's kind of where we have stuck. And because she's also a painter and an artist, that gives it a little bit something else that might be fun to show and share. Oh, and cross-stitch and sewing, right.
Oh, that's a whip I didn't pull. Anyway.
Your cross-stitch whip?
Yes, I'll pull that whip.
You might get that out a little bit later. Yeah. Anyway, so we just wanted to do it because it just seems fun.
It'll be a fun thing to do together. I think that'll just be... It'll just be fun to get together once a month and talk about our...
Well, and especially since she moved up to Washington now, we don't see each other as much as we used to, obviously.
We see each other a couple times a month still.
But we do, yes. Yes. My husband likes to host, or he does host, rather, once a month. He is a D&D dungeon master, and all of his sons-in-law and nephews come and play.
Yes, he got
and so occasionally
my husband into it now. Yeah.
Yes. And so I don't know how often we'll be able to podcast. I'm hoping we can do it about once a month.
Sounds right.
Yeah. It'd be nice if we could do it a little more often, but I don't know if we can. So I'm hoping about once a month.
We'll see.
Yeah. So,
We'll try.
yeah. And I don't know if we'll be able to do it on days when, or weeks when you come down for D&D or not, but we'll find out. So I have my notes here. So I just wanted to introduce myself a little bit before we get going on all of our stuff. I've been knitting since I was a kid, I guess. I honestly don't remember how I learned to knit or when I learned to knit.
It just happened one day.
My mother knits. My mother's left-handed, but she knits right-handed, continental, and I think I just learned by watching her. So I think mainly I taught myself. I did that with a lot of things. I just read the patterns and read stuff and figured out what the terms meant, and
Figured out the thing.
here we are today. And I knitted lots of things for the kids when they were little, when they were babies, and a lot of stupid things back when I didn't know about good yarn, and I knit this ridiculous sweater for Allison out of like red heart acrylic. Bless her heart, she wore it. It was not pretty. But then I taught all three of my girls. I have three daughters. This is the middle one. I taught all three of them how to knit and crochet. Allison took off and knitted and crocheted and taught herself tatting.
Oh yeah.
And she made her
crafty
own
genius.
Yes, she made her own wedding dress last year.
She did.
And she knitted her veil.
She knitted her veil.
She knitted her veil, and she knitted her bodice of her.
Yeah,
and then
she sewed the skirt and sewed the underbit of her dress.
So she's
and designed it all herself,
creative.
Based off her favorite video game or something. So
yeah, and she's the one that several years ago,
wonderful.
like probably 8 years ago now, was it about 8 years ago? Yeah, just said, "Mommy, you should try socks." I'm like, "Socks? I don't know if I can do socks." And now that's practically all I do is socks. I do lots and lots and lots of socks. I'm in a lot of sock groups. In fact, I moderate 2 sock groups, or I'm one of the moderators of 2 different sock groups. I probably should tell you what they are. One of them is the Everlasting Sock Challenge, and so that's been fun. But so now I moderate that with another person, and then I also am one of, there's 4 or 6 of us that moderate the Sock Knitters group, and I just joined that moderating team in January. So, yeah. There.
I can crochet and knit. I enjoy crochet more. That's the one that I'm doing a lot of lately, and I think all the projects I'm going to be showing that I've completed and am working on, they're all crochet, but I will be starting I'll be starting a knitted project here soon, so we'll see if I can, keep that going and actually finish that, because I just get bored of knitting after a while, just personally speaking. But I'm definitely a crochet person.
Well, and that. Oh, go ahead.
What? No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, you starting a new knitting project leads us kind of right into what we were going to talk about next. But if you're not done talking about your hobbies, we can hang on.
I'm trying to think of having more. I have a lot.
Well, relate to this though.
Yeah.
Crafting type.
Yeah, like those are the type of things we're going to be talking about. Like,
so we both used to scrapbook, and neither of us do anymore.
Well,
much.
I'm slowly getting into. I decided.
I got out and you got in.
Basically, I started to do scrapbooking and knitting and like crocheting, like getting into this whole thing at the same time, and I was like, okay, we can't afford to have 2 major hobbies like that, and there's no space for.
Poor John doesn't get any hobbies. You get them all. He just gets to sit and watch.
And there's no space to store all the hobby stuff, so I had to pick one. So I picked crochet. So
there.
But I do have like scrapbooking stuff in the back of my mind, but that doesn't pertain to what we're going to be talking about. So
no, not really. So, but she mentioned talking about Very good, Mother. Good words. She mentioned starting a knitting project. And that stemmed from this past weekend.
Yes.
So, I know this past weekend was Rhinebeck, and so, you know, I feel like, you know, all the popular kids go to Rhinebeck. And I've never been able to get there because New York's pretty far from here. And, but our neck of the wood has some pretty great fiber festivals as well. About 2 weeks ago now.
Was it 2? It was like 3.
2 or 3. I can't remember. I'd have to have the calendar in front of me. 2 or 3 weeks ago, there was the Oregon Flock and Fiber Festival in Canby, and that was right close to my house. And so I went there with my friend Gina, and that was really great and super fun. Super fun. And then this past weekend was the Fiber Fusion Northwest up in Monroe, Washington.
Yes.
Just a little farther north from where she is. And so
we went up
we
there
went to
together.
that.
That
was fun.
That was a fun time. I think it was smaller than what you said.
It was quite a bit smaller, yes.
Than the Canby one.
Yes.
So it was smaller, but it was still super fun.
It was.
We saw lots of llamas and alpacas and
yes.
saw the most proud snooty llama I've ever seen in my life.
Is that the one that growled at me?
Yes, he growled at
He growled
That was
at
a
me.
magnificent llama. So, and I got to hold the fluffiest
Angora.
rabbit.
So I did take a bunch of pictures and videos, and I posted some already on Instagram, and I'll try and stick some at the end of this
Fluffiest
podcast
thing.
if I can figure out how to do
Fluffiest
it.
living thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
It was pretty magical.
But that leads us to her project. So
Yes.
she ended up finding some yarn that she really, really loved, and
Where is it? Oh, it's right here.
it's beautiful, yes. And so
It looked
that
better before. Before
okay.
I got it rolled up.
Before we wound it.
Let me see. Should I show it? Should I show it now
Sure.
or should we show it later?
I don't care. You can show it now if you want to.
Okay. So this is, what is this? It's Peruvian tweed.
It's alpaca.
It's alpaca.
It's not really a brand. I mean,
I don't know what the brand is. It doesn't. Oh, Eugene Textile Center.
Okay, so there's what the tag says, and it's from the Eugene Textile Center was the name of the booth.
Yeah, but it's so soft.
So it's not really a major name
It's
brand of
super
yarn
soft.
or
Let me
anything.
see.
It's
Oh, yeah.
so
Oh,
so
that's
soft.
a good color. That's about what the color is. It's so soft.
So that's
So
where it made her
nice.
decide, oh, I need to knit this instead
Right.
of crochet this
So
because
I had to get 2 because
Right.
I wanted to actually make something substantial out of this. But yeah, so because crochet takes up so much more yarn than knitting does, I decided that I'm gonna have to knit this, and so that's why
right.
tiptoeing into the knitting world. I'm gonna try it again.
Yeah.
And
So we
I
can
had to
talk about
find-
maybe what you're going to knit with it
later.
later when we talk about what we have planned for the future.
Yes. Okay. I have a very special thing in mind for this.
Yes, very special thing.
Okay.
So that was this past weekend, and I got a couple of goodies too. Not as many because I'm on a yarn diet, but I did get a few little things.
You say yarn diet?
Yes,
That's amazing.
it is a yarn diet.
That's so funny.
Why is that so funny?
I've never heard that term before.
Oh.
That's amazing. It's totally.
Yes,
It's a perfect way to describe it. you know.
yes,
Slim down some of
yes.
your stash.
Stuff.
You have a very
So-
large stash.
I don't know how many people are even going to watch this, or that know me at all and know what's going on. But my so my sister, my youngest sister Heidi, I'm the oldest of 3 sisters, and I have one sister, Heather, in Texas, and another one, Heidi, in Washington, up here. And Heidi is directing, choreographing, and is the costume designer, yes, of their upcoming production that takes place at their church, actually. And it's 7 Brides for 7 Brothers production.
My favorite.
Yes.
I'm so excited for this.
Yeah,
Play.
yeah, it's going to be wonderful. And so she decided to make all the brides a different color of the rainbow. So we've got...
Well, that's how it was in the movie too.
I've never seen it.
What?
I know. I've never seen the movie. I don't really know the story very well.
So good.
I know, and now I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see the play. Well, I mean, I might see the movie later.
Okay. You have to see the movie later.
I know. I've kind of heard it by osmosis when you girls would watch it,
So
and
good.
I would kind of hear it in the background, but I never actually sat down and watched it. So anyway, all that to say is, Allison and I have been making all the shawls. She wanted a shawl for each bride, and a hat and fingerless mitts. And so Allison and I have been doing all the hats, shawls, and mitts for that. And then she wanted shawls, scarves for all the guys, for the brothers. So Allison and I said we'd do that too, and then we're starting to run out of time because she wants them by like the 1st of November for dress rehearsals, which is coming up like week after next, very soon.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
I gotta
very
finish
soon,
that last one.
right? Yeah. So then we decided let's have Kirsten do the scarves, and she's been whipping out the scarves.
Yes.
So
I've been crocheting them instead of knitting them. So yeah, I can do it in like 2
right.
days.
But so that's what I have. Excuse me, I'll get my other project out of the way here. But that's what I have finished. I have my shawls that I can show you.
Oh yes.
So
we're doing FOs.
Yes. So we'll get going. We've done all the introductory stuff. So we'll get going now on what we have finished lately.
I watched a couple podcasts and I was like, what's an FO? Only recently have I figured out what
the
FO
terms.
is. Yes.
An FO is a finished object.
Finished object. I'm like,
and I do have.
I know what a whip is.
Okay, I have a hoe. Do you know what a hoe is?
No, I was wondering about what a hoe is.
That's a half finished object.
Oh,
and I do have that
makes
to
sense.
show. Okay, so here I was talking all about how I'm a sock knitter, and I don't have any socks to show today. Well, I mean, I'm working on one.
I can show you my sock drawer. I probably have like
I know, but
3 dozen
I
pairs
know.
of socks that she's
But
made me
not-
over the course of the past, 4
but
years.
not recent ones. Okay, so, well, I could start with the one that's, what did I do with it? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so this one, it's the right side. Okay, this is the right side. I'm going to do this in front of you.
Okay.
So this was the
Got this.
rune, this is the pink shawl for the pink bride, okay? So this
Pink
is
shawl
the,
for pink bread.
yes. So this is the rune, no, yes. This is the rune shawl by Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade. And I was trying to use up as much of my stash as possible. So this one will be for the pink bride. I used, okay, so the pink is, it's kind of looking orange, but it's this pink with little bits of gray in it. Maybe you can hold it up and,
You can get a good color.
yeah. It is
It's a decent.
hazelnuts.
Decent.
This is fingering weight.
It's decent.
Yeah, this is hazelnuts in the pink pearl colorway, and I think that might be a discontinued color. I'm not sure. I haven't checked lately. So, and then the cream that also has little bits of gray in it was, I don't have the labels with me because I forgot all my labels back at home. So
First one, you'll have to forgive us.
yeah, we might have a few little hiccups. I think the brand is Pearl Jams. And the color is like, I don't know, almost gray or dirt, I don't know. I got it in a yarn box. I used to be in the yarn box subscription monthly thingy, and I got it in that. Anyway, they look really, really nice together, and it's a really nice shawl.
That's a pretty good representation of the color. You can kind of see it.
That's nice. I don't actually have all the shawls. Okay, so Heidi took up, I'd made a blue shawl already, and a purple shawl. And so I already gave her the blue and purple shawl. So I was making the pink, the yellow, and the green. And Allison, so pink, yellow, green. And she has the purple and the blue. And Allison's making the red and the orange. So that's 7 shawls. So I don't have the Allison's doing the mitts and the hat to go with this, and you're doing the scarf. Now,
Oh yes, that's one.
for the brother that goes with the pink bride, we're not making him a pink scarf. We're making him a black and white scarf with some little pink accents. Don't forget that.
Yes, sorry. My brain was thinking of something else. I'm like, I'm making 5 scarves, and I have 1 left to do, and I have 3 here. I'm like, where's the last one? Where did it go?
Yes.
So you have it somewhere.
Yes, you left him at my house.
Yeah.
Okay, and so here's my yellow one. I'm getting it all out of my
I
bag.
haven't seen it yet. Oh, it's so pretty.
Okay, the yellow one I've also shown on Instagram and on probably Facebook. I don't know.
So
and on.
So you wear it like.
Hang on.
Like this?
Yes.
Model it.
Turn it to the side. Yes. So it's the Portsmouth skater's hat. And there's two versions. There's a bulky and a super bulky version. And so yeah, it's worn like that. Looks very vintage. Right. And that's why
that's fantastic.
That's why Heidi wanted it, because it's really vintage looking.
It's
and
so cute.
Seven Brothers for Seven Brothers takes place in Civil War era, I think.
Oh,
so all of the hats.
I don't think they talk about the war, but
no, but I think it's that time
you know,
frame is what she told me.
So
all the hats are this
Frontier.
pattern. All the hats are this pattern.
I'm gonna try something. Don't mind me.
That's fine.
How does that look color-wise? Is it better?
I think it's worse. It looks kind of yellower. So we need the natural light.
We have it halfway.
Whatever. We can try it.
Okay.
So, anyway, to make this bulky, I ended up holding together a Cascade Heritage, Cascade 220 in worsted weight, and then a strand of the yarn I used in the shawl in the yellow and the white. So, here is the yellow shawl.
Oh.
This is also a Helen Stewart.
I haven't seen it in person.
Helen Stewart pattern. Curious Handmade. This one is Fenn's Sprite.
It's so pretty.
This one is kind of my favorite.
It's
I
so
really
gorgeous.
Like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
and
I
so
only saw it like on the needles, and it wasn't.
Yeah,
like,
it's got these little bits of lace, and then some garter, and then more lace, and then some garter. So I did a little bit of blending. Yes,
looks really sweet.
So the solid yellow was Lila yarns. It was just leftover from a thing I had a long time ago, and I had the yellow left over, and then the yellow and orange and white kind of variegated in this section is Bugbear Woolens. Love her yarns. Bugbear Woolens and Angel Sight. And then I stuck in just a weeny bit of blue because the bride's costume has a little bit of blue in it.
So pretty. Love it.
And the white, I don't know, was some leftover out of my stash. Just some white leftovers. So, I love how this one turned out. I think it's gorgeous.
It's so beautiful.
If I do say so myself.
No,
I think it's such a beautiful job.
No, I think it's fantastic.
So anyway, some of the leftovers were used in here, and then also here's the mitts. They look tiny, but
I put one on.
But they do fit. Just plain mitts.
They do look tiny.
I think it's called like Good Time Mitt, and I held 2 strands of fingering weight together to get a DK weight. Yep. They do fit. They're snug.
Go on. They're snug, but they feel really nice. The snugness actually is really nice, and I think it'll be good for the girls when they're like dancing on stage and singing and whatnot. They won't be falling off or flopping off or anything. So
I like
these
green ones that I'm working on right now.
I'll keep these, can I?
Yeah.
Yes.
The green ones that I'm working on right now, I did go up a needle size because I thought, what if one of the brides has lightly big hands?
Well, what if it's not the green one?
I know, but it still fits. It still looks all right, and it still fits fine.
Oh, my coffee. Oh, see it.
But I was gonna say something else about this. I don't even remember what now. Oh, yes. Heidi wanted them big enough so that they could wrap them around like this, and then crisscross them, and then tuck them into their waistband, because she says that's how they used to wear them back then. Anyway, they would tuck them into their waistband.
Well, also, that'll be good for keep them out of the way.
Yeah, it'll keep them on
dancing around on stage and whatnot.
Yeah. So they don't fall off. And the yellow scarf is a whip. So that's going. I'm still working on the yellow.
Oh yeah, I'm like, wait, I have it. No, I don't, that's not one that I'm working on.
Okay, and then here's the green. I know I have a lot here, but see here's
there is the green scarf.
Yes.
It is. Oh yay!
Yes, so that's.
So can I show one of mine?
You can show yours. I know, and then I'll let you show some stuff. So I don't need to do all the things.
Oh god,
this one is the one I just finished the other day.
It's super pretty.
Yeah, and this somebody was asking. I'll slow down so you can kind of Here, can you maybe help me hold it?
Yes.
This is also Helen Stewart.
Kinda
Curious Handmade. I really like her patterns.
These little holes kind of look like clovers with like the yellow. I mean, with
In
the
the
green.
green?
Yeah.
So I did the large striped version, and I used the dark green with the little bits of light green in it. The dark green is actually Knit Picks Hawthorne in the Concordia colorway, and then the light bright green, you can kind of see there the light showing. The bright green was Alicia Goes Around Descent of Woodpeckers, and it didn't have a colorway on the tag, so it's just green.
Just green.
So that's
yeah, they're kind of like clovers. I love it.
Yeah, isn't that pretty? Oh, I forgot to say the name of the shawl. The name of the shawl is 100 Acre Wood.
Oh.
The 100 Acre Wood.
You still making my 100 Acre Wood socks?
I have the yarn wound for it, and it's in a project bag, but I have not actually started the socks yet. Because I only have just a little bit to do here.
1,000 different.
I only have a few things to do. So those are all the shawls that I'm working on. Allison has the red one and the orange one, and her orange one is done, and her red one she's working on.
Oh yeah.
And so maybe we could show those.
Like I can show the rest of the stuff.
Yes, but maybe we can show those shawls on another podcast.
Oh yeah.
So now, yes, your turn. Go ahead and you share.
Yours. Finish that.
Oh gosh, yes, and the hat. I mean, it's the same as the yellow one,
I know,
so
but
it's
I
like
gotta
we.
model it.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I must model it.
Okay.
So I know it's just really pretty. I like the little green thing.
And you know, if you didn't want it to look all vintagey and you wanted to wear it and look more modern, you could tie it behind.
Yeah.
Behind your head rather than under your chin.
Well, you can make it into like a little headbandy thing.
Right, that's what I meant, like a headband. It's still super cute.
It's still pretty cute. Like, am I hair like back in a bun or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. That's really cute.
Oh, good.
So much fun.
They're super easy to make. They're kind of a pill in some ways because I'm used to working on tiny needles for socks, and these take just Herkin needles. They're huge, and I'm just not used to working with really. And even this is okay. So this was
all about the bulky.
This was Cascade Heritage, Cascade 220, in the worsted. I think it was called Army Green of all things, but it's a very nice piney green.
No,
and I held two strands together
like the Army Man green.
to get a worsted weight. I mean a bulky weight. Two strands of worsted to make a bulky weight.
Alright. So then I made the green scarf for. So I did. I think it's like with all all the scarves that I'm crocheting, I like sort of I use a base pattern and then I just kind of tweak it to do whatever I want it to do. So I'm not convinced I could tell you the name of the pattern. Like I saw one, I'm like, oh, that looks good, and then I used the Norton men's scarf. It's on my Ravelry page. Oh, I never said what my Ravelry name is.
Oh, you just said you were on Ravelry.
Yes, I'm on Ravelry, under KirstenJoanne. So I only have a couple projects on there. So like I said, I've only been on for the past couple weeks.
Kirsten is KirstenJoanne.
Yeah, and like one name, one word thing.
Right.
So
it's not Kristen. Just want to make sure.
Yeah, no, not Kirsten, but anyway. So
did you hold it up so you can see and see?
I didn't even hold it up yet. I was still talking about it. So yeah, so I did this nice, green and then a black stripe and a blue stripe because this is for the green bride's man, for the green brother, but he has, some blue accent in his outfit. So anyway, I really like it. My husband really likes this one. I think he'll probably want it.
It looks really good on him.
So
yes, people have asked me, what are you going to do with all of these when the play is over? And they will be offered to the actors and the people in the play for purchase. They will be offered for purchase, and if they want to buy them, they may, and if they don't want to buy them, we'll take them back, and I'll probably sell them in a Christmas. I was going to sell them in a Christmas bazaar, but the play is the first 2 weekends in December, so that might be a little late. Or I might give them as gifts, or just keep them for myself because I like them.
I don't remember. Oh wait.
So this is the green scarf, and it's all done.
I don't remember what yarn I used.
Lion Brand?
Oh yeah, this is the green Lion Brand Heather forest green heather, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So then this black, random stash, just like, and then this blue is actually,
That's Cascade?
nope, it's I Love This Yarn from Hobby Lobby.
From Hobby Lobby. Nice. Okay.
Yes. So far Hobby Lobby has been my place to go. And so like the stitch pattern I use like a mesh. So it takes up a little less yarn than, single crochet or double crochet or whatever. So anyway, I really like it. And
So who are the other ones?
yes, there's that one. And so then for the purple bride? Yeah. So this is the scarf I made for the purple
brother of...
Yes, for the purple bride, but it's for the brother. He's gonna be wearing it. It's hard to get the color right.
If you get too close, it blows out, and then you're like, meh. So, yeah, purple's hard.
Purple's hard to get. Anyway, so he has yellow accents in his outfit. So I have a yellow and a black stripe in here, because they're all wearing, like, buffalo check, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so... I have a hair in my mouth. All this yarn flying around.
It's like I got that in my eye from the Fiber Fest or something.
Yes.
I probably still have a red eye.
So
Maybe
same
not.
basic pattern, just did 2 stripes. So yeah, so these are all on my Ravelry page if you want to get a closer look at them.
And what yarn did
They're
you
pretty
use?
basic. Oh, this is Hobby Lobby I Love This Yarn, and the yellow is Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek.
It's really soft.
I love it. I love this yarn a lot.
So much better than how they used to make
Let's see here.
acrylic yarns.
Yeah. So then this is for the red brother. And this one, same meshy pattern, but instead of going the long way back and forth, I went like, up like that. So.
You know what? I never talked about the size needle I was using. I just realized, and I don't even remember now. It's on my Ravelry page, but
Right.
this
me
was a
too.
small. Did you use a smaller hook on this one?
I did use a smaller hook on this one.
Because this was DK weight, and the other ones were
the others
worsted.
were like worsted weight, yeah. So here you can see the.
Do you remember the
there.
yarn? I can't remember the name of the yarn.
I do not remember the name of the yarn, but it is on my Ravelry page if you care to look at it. It's a really pretty, just like soft, heathery red with like there's like tiny flecks of like yellow in it almost. You can kind of see it's kind of like a warm, goldy, fiery color.
It's a cherry red. It's
Yeah.
looking kind of orangey, tomatoey on the screen, but it's cherry. It's like a cherry red.
Yeah.
So, Little Knits has these bundles of yarn you can get. I love Little Knits when they have these sales. And you can get these bundles of like plastic bags that have 6 or 8 or 10 skeins of whatever in it. And when I was looking at making these, I bought a bunch of bundles of, and this was one of them. And it was whatever was on sale that I could afford. And I cannot remember. It's wool.
Yeah.
But I just can't remember the brand name.
Yeah, and so the green is the same Lion Brand forest green heather.
Oh, from the green shawl?
And the black is the random.
The random
Stash.
leftover bit that
Actually,
I
I think the black and the purple scarf is also Yarn Bee from Hobby Lobby, Soft and Sleek.
Nice.
So there is that
There's
one.
that one.
And then this one is my least favorite so far, because I ripped it out like 4 times or something. It just wasn't coming out right, and I didn't have quite enough yarn, and so I was just like, rah, and I just finished it. And I said, screw it, it's gonna be the way it is. So this is for the blue brother, and so I tried to make them all just look a little bit different.
Right.
But this one, so then this one's probably my least favorite, but that's all right. So that's for Adam Podtopee. He is the main dude, and then he has red and black.
The main dude has your least favorite scarf? That's
That is unfortunate. I know, and I realized that, but I was like, you know what?
Whatever. No one's gonna care.
So this is the same red that I use. I just kind of like shared the yarns around when I had them, and then again, random black stash. So and this is that same stitch.
It's like a single crochet chain one.
Yeah, it's a mesh. It's a
mesh.
type of crocheted mesh. And so this one's also going this way.
And the blue is Cascade 220 again. I think the colorway is Sapphire blue or Sapphire.
Yeah, I didn't get any of these
Sapphire
yarns, so I don't know the
Heather.
names of them.
Well, and it doesn't have the name on the package. I mean, on the label.
Right,
You have to look it up online to get the actual colorway name. It just has a number, and I don't remember what the number is. But I remember the name said it was Sapphire Heather or whatever.
So those are the scarves that I'm working on.
Those are the scarves.
And then I have one more to make, and that one will be for
the pink bride's brother.
the pink bride, the pink bride's man. But
well, I know. I didn't mean yes. That's what I meant. Yeah. He's the brother. The brides and the brothers.
Yeah, he's wearing black and white. Here, I can show you the yarn. Well,
I was gonna get mine one out in the whip thing, but
still
we can
have
get
a
it out if you want to.
I still have a. Yeah, I'll get it out in the whips since we still have a couple of.
Well, when we talk about whips, we can talk about our 2 scarves that we still have on the needles.
Yes.
And hooks, and I have blue mitts to make still, and I have 1 green mitt made, and I have to make another green mitt. Oh, and I do have the blue hat, and I do have it here somewhere, but you know, whatever. It looks the same as all the rest of them. Only it's in blue. The same blue that the scarf was made out of.
Yes.
So that's all the play stuff. And I don't, like I said, I don't have Allison's things because I don't have Allison with me right now, and I didn't even think to bring her stuff because it's not her podcast.
Nope.
So.
Although I think she will be wanting to join us later on.
Yes, we might have a few guests because Allison wants to join sometimes, and my friend Amber. Mm-hmm. Amber, are you watching? I hope you're watching this because that would be super fun.
She should watch it. I'm sure she will once we tell her about it.
Yes. So, did I see what the name of our podcast was at the beginning?
Did we?
I think I did. We are the In Stitches podcast.
We didn't explain why, though.
No, I know.
Why don't we finish our episodes?
We can explain that why. Yes. Okay. So now on to other things. Done with play stuff. I haven't gotten a whole lot of other things done because I've been working so hard on the play thing. So my socks have kind of fallen by the wayside, even though I have 8 on the needles. But then all of a sudden I had... Okay, so my youngest daughter was over the other day with her kids, her youngest sister, and she was like, I want to make a bonnet for Heidi. And so we dumped out the whole thing of yarn for her to look at. Well,
Heidi, your granddaughter.
Yes.
Heidi, not Heidi, your sister Heidi.
Correct. She wants to make a bonnet for her daughter, who is 21 months old. And she wanted to make it a worsted. So I grabbed my worsted bin out of my yarn closet, and we dumped it out in the living room, and she went through, and her son, my grandson, who is 3, he'll be 4 soon in February. He picked out yarn and decided he wanted a hat really badly. He has said that his favorite color is purple, but not light purple because that's just silly. That's just silly, Grammy.
Oh my gosh.
So, but he picked out this rainbow yarn by Jinx Knits. I got it.
It's so pretty. It's so bright.
It's so pretty.
It's so
I got
much fun.
At the DFW Fiber Fest 2 years ago in 2017, year and a half ago. So the DFW, and so it's Jinx Knitting and in the worsted, and it's called Anime. Yeah. Oh, and he insisted on having this leftover ball of cream and this leftover ball of Knit Picks Holly Berry. Yeah, to go with it. And it totally doesn't match. I'm looking at it going, okay.
I don't know. I still think it looks okay, though.
The burgundy doesn't go at all. And the type of cream doesn't really go at all. But this is what he wanted and insisted on. He was very clear that these were the ones he wanted. And so the pattern is the bank head hat on Ravelry, bank head hat. And I made so he's 3.5, and I ended up making the child size / adults small. Look at that. That's very little. And I even made it said to make it 6 inches, and I'm like, that's not going to fit him. So it's like 7 inches before I started the crown decreases. And look how little it is. It doesn't even fit me. It doesn't fit. Okay, maybe barely.
Oh, it does barely fit you.
Barely fits me?
Oh my.
Okay.
That's tight though.
So it's pretty tight. So maybe adult small. Anyway, it might fit his mama.
Yeah.
So I hope it fits him. And if it doesn't, it'll fit his little sister, and I'll just make him another one because I have plenty of yarn left over. And I used the needles that said size 7? Whatever needle size it says in the bank hat pattern. Anyway, point is, I was really surprised at how small it turned out. I expected it to be a little bigger.
Yeah.
for it being an adult small child. I almost made the toddler size, and I'm really glad I didn't.
Yeah,
I just
that was
finished this
really
for
tiny.
him on the way up, the first day I got here. And so...
Well, you finished it
the day I got here.
Saturday. Because you were knitting it in the
you're
car.
right. You're right. I finished it at the Fiber Festival. I was working on it at the Fiber Festival. Yeah. So I'll take that home to him, and he can wear it to preschool. And people will be like, "Oh, isn't that a lovely hat?" It's okay.
No one's going to notice or care. Oh, what a cute little boy.
His rainbow hat. Okay. And then one other thing, and then the rest is your turn.
Okay.
This is my hoe. Okay. Let me get it out here. So it's kind of a finished object.
It's like 90% done.
Okay, so I'm in the Super Sock Scarefest, and you get Halloween horror themed sock patterns come out like once every 2 weeks or something like that throughout the season. And this one was called Deadly Nightshade. That's the name of the pattern, Deadly Nightshade.
Really
and it's
cute.
a sock pattern. It's a toe-up sock pattern. And I also had Heather, my youngest daughter's brother-in-law, message me and say, oh, please, can you make me some Sally fingerless mitts for when I go to Disneyland in November? And I'm like, sure. Because I had just seen this pattern come out. So I adapted the sock pattern, the toe-up sock pattern. I
really
basically reversed the chart and did it upside down so it was cuffed down, and then turned it into a fingerless mitt. And I tried to stick pretty true to the colors of Sally's dress. See, this is the top of her dress. So I tried to stick true to her colors of her dress, and this one I also added some embroidery over it because this section of her dress has some cross hatch on it. And so, anyway, so I have one done, and I am almost done with the second one. I'm just working on the thumb right now, and then I have to do the duplicate stitch of the dots on this and the embroidery of the cross hatch on that. And then I'll be done with that.
Oh, you added which one? Oh, you added...
So, and I'm using size, I'm making the
these dots.
small. Yeah, that's duplicate stitch.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
So this is Intarsia in the round, which I have done before once. But it's not hard. You end up working, instead of working your sock round and round and round and round and round like you always do, you work it around and then purl back, and then around and purl back, and around and purl back, and then you just kind of loop your yarns around. There was a really great instructional video in the pattern, the Deadly Nightshade pattern, and it was very helpful for how to do this. So I watched that to remind myself how to do the Intarsia in the round. It's not hard at all.
Yeah,
it's really kind of cool.
Nice.
The only thing is you have all these balls of yarn that are just kind of, so I have to
around.
Yeah, so it's not super great travel knitting, although I did work on this on the train on the way up, and I did pretty good with not letting all the balls go everywhere. So Intarsia in the round, not difficult. Fiddly, but not difficult. So I'm working the size small, which is 56 stitches on size 1.5 needles. These are not my favorite needles. These are the old Knit Picks fixed circulars that I've had forever. The joins are sometimes a little rough on it.
Are they?
Yeah, they sometimes snag. So it's not my favorite. But but they're doing the job. So that's
getting the job done.
They're getting the job done. Yes. And anyway, so that's it for finished objects for now.
I was going to show some of mine, but I was wondering if you would be willing to just hop up there and grab my blue notebook that's on the arm of the chair.
Yes. Meanwhile, you can show your
because
hat and
that
your
has the
mittens.
names of my patterns. Of these.
Okay.
It has the name. I decided that I wanted to crochet a whole bunch of things for my new friends up here for Christmas. Because I just met them about a year ago when I moved, and so now it's all sorts of funness, and so I'm making them a whole bunch of stuff, so I'm excited. So I'm making for my friend, I'm making her a hat.
You made it. It's done.
I made it. I'm not making it, yes. So it's really pretty. It's hard to tell. Okay, you can kind of see. It looks kind of brown or gray or black. It's purple. But again, purple's super hard, I guess.
Yeah.
So purple and white It's a Hobby Lobby yarn. It's one
marled.
of the I Love This Yarn, like, patterns, I think, is this what it's
The
called?
pattern?
Yeah, that's what it's called. I Love This Yarn pattern. There's a whole bunch of, I love this yarn, all these different colors, and then some of them are patterned, like,
Oh, patterned.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the hat pattern was I love this yarn. I'm like, what?
No.
Okay, gotcha.
Here, I'll model it, because I think it's a super dang cute hat.
It
I
is
want to
very
make one
cute.
for myself.
Yeah, it's
So-
super cute. Hang on, here, let me fix this for you.
Okay, thanks.
There you go.
So, yeah. I want one for myself.
I want one too.
I'm going to make you one.
I look terrible in hats, but I still want one.
I'm going to make you one out of the purple yarn that you got for the brother, and then
I need to get over myself.
it was
I
glittery.
just don't even,
So,
my
anyway.
hair is
Yeah.
not very good for
No,
hats.
I will make you one of these. Anyway, I love this pattern. This pattern was so much fun. It was work from the top down, and this yarn, I love this yarn.
It's so
like,
soft.
I know the
it's
name
acrylic,
is-
but it's super
it's acrylic,
soft.
and I know the name is I love this yarn, so it sounds dumb to say, but I really love this yarn. It's ridiculous. So here, let me see here. I forgot the name of the pattern. So it is not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, this one. It's just called Crocheted Striped Slouchy Beanie. So, huzzah! And
It's free on Ravelry.
it's free on Ravelry.
Yes.
I saved it in my library, so that's one place to find it if you want it. And then, so I made for my other friend, I'm making her mittens. I made her mittens.
They're already done.
Sorry. So I
fine.
made her mittens. These nice, pretty pale pink, and these are. Here, I'll put them. I'll show you. So, yeah. So, ta-da, beautiful mittens, and then huzzah! Yeah. So they're called photography mittens. That's the name of the pattern. I think that's the name of the pattern. Yeah, it's called photography mittens. So, and this is my first time making mittens. Oh, and this is also the waistcoat. It's a
Wainscoat?
yeah, it's a certain crochet pattern that makes the crochet look like
Knitting.
which first time I did it, it was awful. It was a pain because I crocheted way too tight, and I was like, this is awful. And then I did it again, and I did it so much better, and I love it. I love this
They
pattern.
look really warm. Like they'd
They
be really
are.
sturdy
They're super nice, yeah.
and warm.
Yeah, so you can't see the joint stitch in the round, but I don't mind that. And I just it's just super a really sweet, classic looking mitten. So, and I did make some tweaks to the second one. So this was the first one I made, and then I made some tweaks to the second one because I was, I don't know, dissatisfied.
What kind of tweaks did you make?
Like, I added an extra decrease round to make it rounder. See, this one's a little bit flatter.
Oh yeah,
A little rounder.
yeah.
So I don't think my friend will notice, but
Nah.
it made it more fun for me, and that's how I'm gonna do it again. And same thing in the thumb. I added one more decrease round in the thumb. So I just
So is it a
think
little longer too? In addition to being
I
less
think
stubby?
it's just a little bit longer. So I don't think she'll notice.
Probably not.
But yeah,
Are hands like feet that you have one hand bigger than the other?
I'm not glue.
Most people have.
I hope these fit her because she's a
Is
tiny
that normal?
Because
I have one foot that's bigger than the
Well,
other.
because she has size 6 feet or 5.5 feet. She's really
Oh, she's got
tiny
little
feet.
small hands too.
So I'm hoping these fit her because they fit me, and I have 9 size feet. So, but anyway, so at first I made this and I was like, I'm so dissatisfied with it. I hate it. And then I made the other one and I'm like, I love them. So who knows? So I'm gonna make another pair of these for a different friend.
There we are.
Out of a different color. Oh, and this yarn is Hobby Lobby again. Hobby Lobby
It's surprisingly
Yarn
soft.
Bee Soft and Sleek. I love this yarn.
Why does Red Heart even keep trying?
Red Heart. Oh, we're gonna hate mail from Red Heart now.
Yes,
They
that's
watch
right.
this.
That's right. I'm gonna move it. Sorry.
Okay,
I
you're
just
gonna
moved
move
it.
it.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Think if I have any other.
Is that all our finished stuff for now?
Do I have any other FOs? I mean, I've been crocheting for a while, but those are my more recent FOs. I have, I've made 3 hats recently and 2 scarves recently, but I made this like a month or two ago.
Yeah.
And I made
my
a
shawls
blanket like a month, 2 months ago.
I finished my shawls months ago too, and I still showed them, but mainly because
True,
it's
but
all
part
about
of the whole like play collection. So
yeah.
you guys really want to see them? Maybe I'll show them to you. But
well, it could be interesting if people want to see, our first projects that we ever did, and then
they're not my first projects that I ever
no,
did,
but it could be interesting to kind of look at some of the old
I
stuff.
will show this, give Allison a shout out. So my older sister Allison, made this because she sews a lot of beautiful
The one that
things.
taught herself knitting and not knitting, tatting,
Gosh.
and made her own.
So she made this beautiful
wedding dress. Notions bag
for me. So I love it. I picked out the fabric and then look at the cutie inside. It's the same as this little like flower thing. So anyway,
yeah, that's so pretty. I love the fabric.
Shout out about that.
But you picked out the yarn fabric, right?
Yes, I picked out the fabric, and then I just told her to make me just kind of a basic notions.
So Allison designs knitting patterns as well, and they're on Ravelry under Allie Joy Designs.
I didn't know that her Ravelry name. She did the same thing I did. I didn't even know. We both used our middle names.
Allie Joy Designs. Well, her Ravelry name is Wyvern713.
Oh, I guess
so Wyvern713 is her.
I like Allie Joy one.
Allie Joy Designs is her. Yeah,
Designs. That's really cute.
Yeah,
I like that.
And so she came out with some. Anyway, she's very crafty as well.
Yes.
So okay,
moving on to whips.
Whips, and so I did not. Okay, so I have.
You have a lot of whips.
I have a ridiculous amount of whips. And I wasn't about to bring them all up on the train with me and bore you all to tears with all of my whips. So I will work on my just like current one. So I'll start with, let's see if I can get this without falling out of my chair.
Oh no, yes, okay. A really tall table.
I will start with, this is a cute little bag. I've had this forever and I got it. It's like a Disneyland bag. It's like a Japanese Disneyland bag. It's just so this little cute. Adorable bucket. It's really perfect. Cute. So I'm using, again, the Cascade 220.
Oh, so nice.
Cascade 220, and this is the
gorgeous yellow color.
So this is the scarf for the brother that goes with the yellow bride. And I'm using, oh crap, what's the name of this pattern? Blah.
I don't know.
It's by Tin Can Knits. Wheat? I think it's called Wheat. And I added some little stripes at the bottom too because his costume has the red and the blue and black buffalo check. And so this goes, So Heidi's going to have them, there's a scene in the play where the brides will be knitting on scarves for their guys. So we're going to give them some little leftover balls for them to pretend to be knitting. We'll find something. And then in the next scene, the brothers will be wearing the scarves. And so we made the scarves to match the bride's costumes so that the audience knows which brother goes with which bride. Who. Right.
Yeah.
And this is a really nice squishy pattern. It needs some blocking. You can tell it's a little ripply. But it's very nice and squishy and very easy. It's kind of my church knitting. I take it and knit it in church and our car knitting too. It's a little cushy and very soft. And it's on size 7 needles. So
I'm not sure what
that is one of the whips that I really need to get done because I want to give them to my sister
next week.
Week after next. Next week. Oh, it's coming up.
It is coming up.
So that's that. Oh, my yarn. Do you want to share one, and then I'll share one?
Okay.
And we'll go back and forth. What are you working on?
Oh, golly. I have so many things that I'm working on. It's kind of ridiculous. Oh, but what I've been sort of working on...
We both disappear on the screen. Woo! Where'd everybody go?
The most consistently is a scarf that I'm working on for my other friend. I hope that I
Where did you get that lovely bag?
Oh, yes. Okay, so this bag... my dear mother made this bag, so it's really cute. I really love it. I love like the peachy, vintagey, florally ness of it. I love it. So
I'm a project bag. I love project bags. I have so many project bags. Well, and I don't have enough, of course.
And I didn't have like hardly any. And then I started making all these things, and I have like 12 projects going at once, and I'm like, oh crap, I have nowhere to put them. So I was like, Mom, do you have any any extra project bags that I could have. So she's given me quite a few, which I'm very grateful for.
So I actually have these on my Ravelry page. I don't sell them on Etsy, but my Ravelry on the for trade or sell.
Did you ever take the
I took this one off.
Okay.
Yeah. So for trade or sell. So if anybody wants to buy them or trade me yarn for them or something else,
yes,
they're similar to this.
Oh dang.
So anyway, didn't mean to hijack your thing, but carry on.
I don't have
Your label.
my label. Oh well, that's okay. So
it was over there, but
I threw it away.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm making a scarf for my other. Ooh, that's getting quite long. I'm making a scarf for my other friend, and it is just a nice.
It's really soft.
V-stitch crochet pattern. Yeah, it's a really soft, really thin, lightweight yarn. It's really nice, really pretty, just buttery yellow. Sorry, the color is not really great. It's hard to get a good.
Yeah, your walls are looking super yellow, and they're really not yellow. I'm gonna go see if I can find the label real quick.
Okay, I threw it in the recycling bin.
Oh, never mind then.
Well, I mean,
Where is the recycling?
Right behind the.
Oh, okay.
It's like, yeah, it should be easier to find than the
right
garbage.
here.
Okay,
It's
yay! We found it. So this is also a Yarn Bee yarn from
Kirsten's
Hobby
favorite.
Lobby. I know, love me some Yarn Bee. It is called Comfy Cozy. Whoop.
Comfy, cozy.
Yes. It's the hook. That's a good line.
Yes.
It's so funny because,
I know.
because we're crocheting and it's a hook. I think.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
And connections. Okay. So
Connect the dots.
So Comfy Cozy by Yarn Bee. And I just love it. It's so soft.
Well, it feels like
getting?
chenille.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just acrylic, right?
I think so. But it's like
Oh no, it's not acrylic. It's polyamide and polyester.
it's nice. Whatever it is, it's so soft. It's so lovely, and I think she'll really like it. I'm not going to say their names just because I don't. Just on the off chance.
You never know. People may
They
may watch just to be nice, even if they're not.
Right, they're like,
Crafty
oh, my
people.
friend made this thing, so I guess I'll watch it.
Just to laugh at us and make silly comments on it.
Exactly. But, I mean, I'd be willing to bet that they could all guess who gets who. But, you know, who gets what. But, you know, whatever. That's okay. So that's
It's really, really soft. It's
so
like chenille.
soft.
It's like chenille.
So that's my current. Sorry. It doesn't stick to my wrist, and it's like.
So,
or something.
my next thing that I'm working on, there it is socks for her husband, actually. So her husband is
a very tall, very large
6'8".
husband. He's a very huge man.
He's very huge, and he has the feet to go with that. And he loves Tolkien, and he when they got married last year, he walked down the aisle to
Concerning Hobbits,
which is kind of hilarious considering he's
a giant.
Hobbit size. Yes. Right? So anyway, so this is my October DVD. So I do the DVD, Desert Vista Dye Works, monthly knit along, and you knit a pair of socks out of her yarn every month, and then at the end of the year you get some yarn. And
I have to look at this.
So this yarn is.
Ooh, it's a very. Ooh.
It's the. I'm saying Concerning Hobbits.
It's a very nice
the Hobbit.
cable. Look at that.
This is her old. Oopsie, it's upside down.
A large twist and a small twist. It's so nice.
Yeah, this is her old. She's redesigned her label, so this is old label. This is called The Hobbit, and I don't usually do this, but I wound this in 2 balls because I don't want to run out.
Oh yes.
Can you use that?
It's
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah,
I just love it.
it's gorgeous.
So I'm taking a pattern, and the pattern is called Mirkwood, which is also from Lord of the Rings, or The Hobbit.
Mm-hmm.
So yes. So this pattern is worked cuff down, but I'm working it toe up so that I can, and I'm giving it black heels, toes, and cuffs from Black Mini so that I can knit until I run out of yarn. Because he likes longish socks, but that's a little hard to do
But he's so
when
tall.
he's so tall. I think I'm making a nice, tall, long sock, and it's like an ankle sock on him. But, so anyway, so I'm doing them toe up so that I don't run out of yarn.
Maybe we'll bring them on the podcast.
And theoretically, I need to finish these by the end of October. This is sock 1.
That is 8 days away. 9 days away.
I'm a fast knitter, though. I'm a fast learner. I just need to put down all my other things. So I can finish these for him for October. And this is in my Peg's Procrastinations bag. I love her bags. They're bucket bags. They're drawstring. So Peg, I love your bags. And they have the cord that pulls down in it is a row counter, which is perfect for when I'm doing this particular pattern and I need to keep track of the rows between the cables. Usually I can keep track of them pretty well, but sometimes I can't. So here's her little label, Peg's Procrastinations. I have at least 3 or 4 of her bags, and I love them. I like drawstring bags because then my yarn doesn't snag on the zipper. And I've had people go, well, that's never happened to me. Well, it happens to me. I'm pulling out my yarn and it snags and wraps all around the zipper, and then I'm like, eh. So I don't have that problem with the Ziploc. With what are these drawstrings? Brain words. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
My turn.
Yes. But we are already at an hour,
That's okay.
so we might want to share
Let me just go through
our current
okay,
thing.
I have 3 more whips.
Okay.
But I don't need to show them all. So since one of them is a gift for someone we both know.
So
Maybe I
share
should
the
just
one
put
that you're
that on my
currently
screen.
want to
Okay.
finish.
Alright, I'll show one more.
The one that you want to finish like immediately right away, because that's what I showed. Are the ones that I want to get done within the next week or so.
Well, I'm not gonna get this done within the next week or so.
Well, the one that you're currently working on.
But yeah, I work on it on occasion. It's a bit of an overwhelming project. I am making an Afghan, but I'm sort of designing it. I can't take credit for the pattern here. I'll show you. Let me show you my color.
Oh, that one. Yes.
So this is gonna be a corner to corner crocheted.
She kind of
Afghan.
sort of designed this, y'all.
I sort of designed this. See, so this butterfly, I found the picture of this butterfly on Pinterest. So I can't take credit for that. I think it was like either a cross stitch pattern originally or something else. But anyway, but I added the joy and the little dealio down here, and I'm the one who decided to turn it into a corner to corner Afghan, which it's very hard, very
Pretty impressive.
overwhelming. I'm not sure how it looks yet, because I'm only, I have one corner done, but
Yeah, smack me in the face, girl.
but it's hard because sometimes I'm changing color every square, and so it's a little bit overwhelming sometimes. So it's very slow going, but I'll show you what I have.
I'll leave
so
it to you
far.
to get right back into this crocheting thing that you haven't done in foreverly long, and then you just.
That's what I'm doing is knitting.
I know.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I do.
That's what you do.
It's because, not to toot my own horn, but I am decently talented at these kind of crafty things, and so
You have a crafty brain.
and so
In more ways than one.
So, and so
Anyway.
I could just do it. It doesn't take a lot of effort for me to just do it, but
It comes naturally
it
to
just
you.
comes naturally. Anyway, I'll pull this out. So I'm doing all of this.
My
with,
family's pretty crafty.
Yeah.
I have a pretty crafty artistic family.
So
anyway.
I'm doing all of this with the Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn.
Oh, it's hot in here.
Oh, the heat just turned on. The heat is right there behind us. Sorry, Mom.
Okay.
Okay, so where's the front? How does it go here? Yeah, this is the bottom here. Okay, so there's one edge of the butterfly's, wing, and then this little dealio here is going to be at the bottom. So
What is this?
I don't know. It's a decorating.
Okay, so
a
it's not part of
design.
the. It's not part of the.
No, it's not part of the
butterfly.
butterfly. It's
Okay.
a little design thing underneath
Okay.
the butterfly to fill up the space,
Oh, gotcha.
which I didn't need. But that's okay.
It's okay.
But there's so many ends. This is partly why it's super overwhelming, because there's so many ends to weave in, and
You
it's
might
a
want
bit
to
of a
take a day where you
pain.
just kind of weave in a few ends so that.
Well, that's kind of what I did. Like, if you notice, I have woven in all the yellow ends, and I've woven in all of the green ends, and I woven all the ends on this.
Yep.
On that thing. So
Yep.
I'm just
Okay.
kind of going bit by bit,
Yeah.
color by color.
Yeah.
When I don't feel overwhelmed by the
Right.
amount of ends, and I'm going to weave in ends. And then I'm like, I'm done. And then I work on something else. So we will see.
It's really cushy.
Oh, because this yarn is fantastic. So we will see
It'd be nice
if
to snuggle
whether
with.
or not whether or not the amount of trouble and color changing and weaving is going to be worth it by the end of this blanket. But I'm very excited to be making
It'll
it
be one
and
you
doing
keep
it.
rather than give away.
I'm keeping this blanket.
Yeah,
I ain't giving this
all
away.
the work you went into it.
Yeah.
Heck no, I'm keeping that one.
So I'm using like, you know, these are like 10 different colors. I haven't even started all the other colors that's going to be in this. There's, I think, like 3 or 4 more colors I'm going to be putting into this butterfly. So anyway, so this is fun and exciting. And then I should show. So now, okay, so are we going to do now things we haven't started yet, but we will be starting here in the near future?
Yeah, we should do that. And I was
like
gonna
this,
yes.
and like my scarf
I was
for the
gonna
play.
yes, I was gonna show one more whip because it's a current one that I'm okay. So I'm participating in the Hohi Locatelli.
And we should show all the goodies that we got at Pirate Festival.
Yes.
Yes.
So Hohi Locatelli, I love her stuff. She's having the fall knit along, and I joined in on that because she wanted the hipster shawl anyway, and so I thought, well then, if she wants it anyway, I might as well join in and
she makes me all the beautiful
and
things.
then of course I've done hats instead since then. I haven't even started her shawl yet, but I will. So I did a couple hats already, and the next hat I'm working on is this one.
Oh mother!
I know, isn't it gorgeous?
You haven't shown me
this
this
yarn. I know.
Who is this hat for?
I don't know. I'm just making it because
So
I just went to Texas a couple weeks ago to visit my sister, my middle sister. Can you see the yarn? It's like looking all
I haven't seen I saw all the other ones before, but I haven't seen it. Ooh, it's so pretty. It's so bright.
So hard to tell.
It's hard to tell.
So hard to tell. Okay, so
we'll
the yarn,
figure out a better situation and like lighting stuff for like the future. But
I'm moving around trying to just hold still, Holly. Okay, there we are. So the yarn is Malabrigo, right?
Is it that stuff?
Yes.
It is.
Malabrigo.
Oh. So beautiful.
Rios and Anniversario. And the pattern is Field of Flowers. Field of Flowers. So it's got this great stitch that highlights highly variegated yarns. Can you see that? Isn't that cool?
If only there was someone in your life.
And it's so
who looks
soft.
amazing in hats and who just adores.
Aren't these colors
yarn.
great? I know.
I love it so much.
And the brim is kind of like a broken rib, so it's really unusual and neat. I really like it.
Can I try it on?
Yeah, just be careful you don't pull it off on the. Just put the.
Maybe I'll be careful.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't then.
Oh, you probably.
You watch it.
Yeah, I'm watching it. Yeah.
Okay,
I won't go any farther than that right now.
I'm not.
Wait till I get a little farther.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh my gosh, but I do love it. So.
Yes. So this yarn, and it's funny because I've seen some of this on Ravelry, and it looks really different. Mine looks really different than other people's. It's much darker, like blues and almost reds. Like the pink is almost red, whereas some others are
a whole bunch in the store today. We went.
And others have more pink in it. Anyway, it's just interesting, but that's just the way it is when you have indie dye yarns, you know, that you got different. Anyway, I love it. I
would wear this hat all the time.
So, and it's in my. So this bag, I had to buy this bag because it's Holly Hobby. I'll show you in a second if I can ever get this in there. So Holly Hobby is kind of. I love Holly Hobby. When I was a little kid, I had a Holly Hobby doll. My room is in Holly Hobby, decorated all like So I just adore Holly Hobby. So when I saw this bag by Dawn of Crafty Mama Designs, she's in Canada, I saw this, I had to have it, and so on Etsy.
It's so beautiful.
So that is my other current project that I'd like to finish sometime in November. Okay, so that was a lot. I'm sorry, that was kind of long.
That's okay.
Yeah. So what's next?
All the ones that I've watched.
What's next? You're excited to show us.
Okay.
What's next?
Okay, so before I get to my favorite exciting thing, I'm going to show, I have like so many.
It's really hot.
So many things. You can go turn the heat down on the thing right there.
I might.
Okay, so hang on. I will show my stuff. Okay, so this is going to be my scarf, but I'm still deciding on the pink. The scarf that I'm making for the last brother, and they'll play. It's gonna be black and white, you know, since it goes with the pink bride. So there's gonna be just like a pink stripe in it. Oh golly, that color is terrible. I promise we will figure out.
Follow the... No,
I promise we will figure it out. And I'm not 100% sure on this shade. I have like 5 different shades of pink in my stash right now, so I'll probably like pick a shade. I'll probably
ask you. Look at the pink on the shawl.
I'll ask your opinion. I'll either do this one or actually I might do like this one.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it's a nice black and white ball. It's Sugar Bush.
Yeah. Turn around and show the...
Oh.
Sugar Bush itty bitty. So it's another one that I got from the Yarn Box subscription that I used to be in that I'm no longer in.
So yeah, so I've never worked with this yarn before, so I'm excited to try it out. I'm sure it'll be fantastic.
You show it?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I think so, yes. It's super soft and squishy, so
yeah.
Anyway, so there's that I will be working on in the near future. It sounds like it has to be done in the next week or so, so I will probably bring that very soon.
Bring it to Canada.
Yes. Yes. So
when I give it to Heidi in Canada.
No,
no, so this
one. I don't know what I'm gonna do it that yet.
Yeah.
Okay,
you know this one you're casting on tonight.
Okay. So yes, I am. We went all around to a bunch of different yarn stores today trying to find just the right stuff. So remember my fantastic brown alpaca.
See, this is what we get for doing this at 4:00 in the evening.
The light going
5.
funky.
Yeah, light.
Well,
whatever. It's okay.
Next time maybe we'll bring a lamp over and maybe have some other light. But anyway, it's just so fantastically gorgeous, you know, with a really dark brown and then a nice pale brown and then
it's
the lighter colored like tweed like in there. So I decided last night we spent many an hour looking through sweater patterns. So I decided I'm gonna make you were like there.
Did you say
showing them to you and stuff like that? So I'm gonna knit this. So I had to get 2 because I wanted to make something substantial and not just like, you know, a little something or other. But anyway, so I had to get 2, and I realized.
Are you looking in the right place?
Looking at, I think so.
Okay.
Anyway, just through looking at all the different sweater patterns that I'm not gonna have enough to do a crocheted sweater. So I decided I'm going to attempt to knit a sweater because
you know how to knit.
I know how to knit. I knit fine, I knit well, but I'm going to attempt to knit a sweater. But even then, I didn't have quite enough. I only have like just under 1,200 yards. So I decided to get another just nice deep brown. Oh, there you go. Yeah. It's a gorgeous, this deep brown that coordinates with the yarn I have, and I was looking through all the patterns.
So it's a Cascade alpaca, eco alpaca, so it goes with this alpaca.
Yes.
So
I was looking through all the patterns, and I just decided that I'm going to do a Hohi Locatelli pattern for my first sweater. I thought that seemed appropriate, and so I bought 2 patterns because I had to have them both. And I'll probably be buying more. So I am
You are so much like me. Let's just not make it simple. Let's just make it complicated and just Frankenstein 2 things together.
Okay, so I am doing the
boxy.
The boxy.
Doing the boxy.
I'm doing the boxy, but I'm gonna sort of Frankenstein the worsted boxy because this is like a DK type weight.
Right.
But I really liked the
V-neck.
The V-neck of the V-neck boxy, but that's made out of fingering. So I bought them both, and I'll do like in-betweeny thing, and I'll do the V-neck pattern because, you know, I couldn't just do a normal, just follow the pattern for my first one. I have to make it as complicated as I possibly can.
Of course.
But I'll be casting that on tonight, and I'm super excited.
Yes.
Here, so let me show you a picture, because I didn't print out the first picture because it was a lot of ink.
You can just don't show the pattern part.
Oh, no pattern. You can't see that. But
it's the V-neck boxy.
It's the V-neck boxy.
By Hohi Locatelli.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just beautiful, beautiful. There's another picture of it. So, and you can look at it on Ravelry, I'm sure. It's
Very popular.
well-known pattern.
Yeah.
So, and then the other pattern I got.
It's basic. There's a good one.
Then the other pattern I got was.
Sadly, we don't have color printers.
No, we don't have color printers.
That's the worsted.
The worsted boxy. So that's what I'm going to be working on tonight, and I'm so very excited. And then, and then I want to show what I got. The rest of the stuff that I got.
Right. So
Fiber Fusion.
The only thing I was going to mention was I have so many things that I have going on right now that I don't have. I have all sorts of ideas in my head of projects that I want to do next, but I have so much on my plate that I need to finish right now that I don't really have any big plans like Kirsten does for getting stuff going right away. It's more like, let's just work on finishing what I got. Because I got a million stuff going on. I mean, I only showed you like a fraction, just skimming the surface of the stuff. I have monster leggings on the needles that Marcus has been begging me to finish his monster leggings. I have another pair of socks. I have another pair of socks. I have another pair of socks. Did I mention I have another pair of socks?
Did you mention that Marcus is your grandson? I'm not sure you ever said
Marcus is my 3.5-year-old grandson.
Yeah.
The one I made hat for.
Yes.
I don't know if I mentioned his name. You're right. So I'm making a grown man monster leggings. Let's make some for your dad. He'd never wear them. No. Marcus is 3.5. He loves leggings. So he's very excited to wear those. So I have lots of. I brought 9 projects with me. 9 on the train. I know I'm ridiculous. So I don't have, other than next month's knit along for this, okay. So I'm planning to make the hipster shawl for Kirsten by Hohi Locatelli, and I have the yarn for that, and that's all at home. I didn't even bring that, and then of course I'll have something on the needles for the November Desert Vista Dye Works, of course. But right now I'm focusing on getting the things done for the play and this month. So
yes.
So I don't have any super big goals right now. Fiber Festival!
Fiber
Festival! So I got face cream.
You went
Kirsten's
to
like, you're going to a yarn festival and you're buying face cream? I'm like, yes.
I was.
Yes, I am. Because I'm getting old. And I need some face cream. But I love it. And I don't have it with me. It's upstairs in my toiletry bag. So I don't have that to show.
But do you have the other?
But I have my yes, okay. I do. So I got one skein, just one, because like I said, I'm on a yarn diet, if I can find it. So I went to the Schmutzerella, is that how you say that? Schmutzerella?
Yeah.
Yarns booth. Yeah. Oh my gosh, her colors are so much fun.
There we go.
Was it starting to slide? Woo, it was starting to slide.
A little bit, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Almost done.
Yes, we are almost done.
So
I love her yarns. So I like yarns that have fun names. Would you put that? Sorry. I like yarns that have fun and funky names. So I'm always drawn to that. And I also like rainbow stuff. So this one that I got, Schmutzerella, is called, can you read that? What's this? It's Christmassy. Do you know what that was referring to? What's this? What's this?
There's magic everywhere. What's this? What's this?
Yes. So, from Nightmare Before Christmas. Such a great Christmas movie.
Love that movie.
It's not a Halloween movie, even though it is in Halloween Town. It is a Christmas movie. You could. But it takes place at Christmas. That's kind of all about Christmas.
Huzzah!
Anyway.
There we go.
And they had a couple other colorways, I think. Yes, they had Sandy Claus and a couple other things. But, and this is sparkle. I got this. Can you see the sparkle?
Spectacular.
See the sparkle in there? It's so soft. I love it so much. I love it so much. It's so soft. So, I want to make Christmas socks for everybody, but, I have only like 3 million things to do. So I don't know if I'll get Christmas socks done for everybody. But this is a start. So this is my one purchase, and I was very excited about that. And you got the yarn that we talked about.
I got this stuff yarn, this yarn that we talked about. That
now you made it too much, and now we're like our heads are going away.
Oh.
Okay, there we are.
Okay. And then I also got...
Oh,
I got
yes.
this stuff just like by the weight. It's just, you know, because it's a
Fiber.
Fiber vessel, so I just got a bunch of fiber. I'm not a spinner or anything, so I'm not going to spin it. But I am going to just crochet it as is into a really nice fluffy scarf.
And it's
No, not a fluffy scarf, a fluffy cowl.
It's
That's what I'm gonna crochet
Romney. It's just Romney.
It's really nice
Just
gray.
Gray.
Really soft, like
There we go. Does that look
heathery
gray
gray.
there?
Yeah, a little bit. It's close. It's a really nice, just soft, heathery gray. So it's
And I think that's a natural color. I don't think it was dyed.
yes. So
And it's
I'm
super soft. You just kind
so
of go
soft. It's kind of smush in. You're like yes. So I'm very excited to make this. I also bought.
That would make such a pretty cowl. It'll be so soft.
Yes, I got a crochet out today specifically for this.
So you might cast that on tonight too?
I might. Yes, I need to look for cowl patterns. And then
Apply your chair.
okay.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Beautifulness. Oh, let's see. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. So pretty. What is it? So it's Maxima. I don't know what it's
I'm
saying.
gonna read that person's writing.
I don't even know, man. Yeah, maybe I'll figure
Oh.
out this thing.
It's Manos del Uruguay. Manos del Uruguay Maxima. And the colorway is chrysanthemum.
Oh, is that where it is?
Yeah, it's on the
Oh,
back
there
side.
it is. I didn't even see it before. So here, I'm gonna roll it so you can like kind of see just
So
the
soft.
beauty. It's so soft and
You
smushy.
get- I've been noticing if you get there, you go closer.
So-
Hold still with it.
And I'm probably gonna crochet it into
Make a cowl with that too.
a cowl or maybe a hat.
Ooh, make a great hat.
Yeah.
That's my new favorite line. That would make a great hat.
Right. So, anyway.
I love making hats too. Anything else? Or is that
yes.
it?
Nope, I got.
Here,
I'm
I'll
done
do that.
here.
You go get
Yeah.
your other
Okay.
thing.
Then I got.
Oh yeah, that.
Okay, so
I
this
forgot
stuff.
about that.
It's called Buttercup Invasion, and it is by Apple Fiber Studio.
And that's local to up in this area, in this neck of the woods, right?
Yes, in Bellingham.
Bellingham, okay. Yeah.
Sourced and spun in South America. Anyway, so look at that. Look. It's just like this bright neon yellow and green, which is hard to, you can't really see it, but it is sparkly. And so that's just spectacularly amazing. So yeah, so there's the
Apple Fiber
Fiber Studio. So this yarn is just delicious. So I don't know what I'm gonna make out of that. No idea yet. But and then I got a couple jar balls because I need some. But
Oh yes, I kept harassing her about the dryer balls. You need some dryer balls. Everybody
Yes.
had them.
I got a bag of fluff.
A bag of Angora.
Bag
Just
of
because.
Angora, because
This is a
reasons.
stress reliever. Just if you're feeling stressed, just stick your hand in and just.
Just feel the glorious.
It's so soft.
That's so nice.
I love it.
I love it so much. Oh, anyway.
Yes.
So and then just a bunch of velvet buttons. I think they were originally for upholstery, like of chairs and stuff. So
I don't know why there's cars on it.
because old-fashioned cars had velvety seats that you need buttons for.
Maybe.
Maybe. So
But they show chairs on the back.
yeah, so I
side.
got black velvet and a nice tan velvet and a deep green velvet. You can't really tell the difference from the black and the green.
Upside down, but it doesn't matter. It's just buttons. It doesn't even matter. I'm just.
There, you can kind of see that it's green. It's a different color. Maybe.
Yeah.
And then I got small ones.
More.
Buttons. But anyway, I thought that like this like goes super good with this and ooh, whatever I do with this, I was thinking of putting like black velvety buttons on this somewhere. I know there aren't any buttons on that particular sweater pattern, but I might.
You could just put one at the
I might just put one
hem on the side. That would look kind of cute, just for decoration.
Yeah, that was good too. Anyway, so
Yeah.
those are my treasures that I got from the Fiber Fusion Festival, and it was a magical time. It was the first Fiber Festival that I'd ever been to, so yes.
Yes. So
Is that it?
that's it.
What about the middle one? Are we
Yes.
with the middle?
Yes. That's it for all the things.
Yes.
She does have artwork and whatnot, and
Oh,
she
I
will
do.
show that occasionally in
I can
cross
show
stitch.
that in
We just don't
like-
have any of that today. We have.
Yeah.
Oh, can I do some more? We just, this is long, so we don't want to have, show all the things, everything on the first one. But when she does a new painting or whatever,
Yeah.
we'll definitely
show
make
that.
sure we show it. And, yeah. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about, as we, wrap this up here, I wanted to talk about the name of our podcast. Like I mentioned, it's called In Stitches Podcast. And it's kind of a play on words with my name. My last name is Isaac, and Isaac means laughter. And
My maiden name, too.
your maiden name was Isaac before you got married, which means laughter. And when you are in stitches, you are laughing really hard because you're in stitches. And then this is all about stitching. And I wanted to include, I didn't want it to be just knitting because it's also crochet. It's also
and next time
sewing and other, because I've sewn project bags and
Right. Well, and next time I
cross
can
stitch.
show my cross stitch
Your
pile
cross
that I've
stitch.
been. It's a whip that I've been working on for ever.
Yeah, so your cross stitch whip, you need to get that out and show that.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to include all of the fibery type crafts. And so
All
In
the stringy
Stitches
crafts.
is all our stitching hobbies. So I plan to start a Ravelry group. I will probably get that going tonight.
Ooh.
And I want to start a knit along because I thought it would be fun. And the knit along will be, or excuse me, not really a knit along, a make along, okay? So you can crochet something or knit something or even sew something or cross stitch something. Anything that's stitchy in this
Okay, that'd be fun.
make along. Anything that makes you smile.
A craft along.
A craft along. Anything that makes you smile or laugh.
Yes.
Because we weren't super laughy today, but we have our moments.
We have our moments.
Yes. Yeah, our name fits our family pretty well. We laugh a lot in our family, but, and so
It's true.
it's true.
It's true.
Yes.
Anyway.
So anything. So the pattern or the yarn or something about the project. If it makes you smile, it makes you laugh.
Brings you joy and makes you happy.
Yes. Yes. Anything like that. It would be good if you could use at least 50 grams of yarn.
Put a lot of parameters.
So
on
if you're
our
going to do
first
like baby socks or something, just do a couple of them, just to kind of even the playing field. 50 grams of yarn if you're using yarn. If you're sewing something, that's a moot point.
prize.
And yes, we'll come up with some prizes. I don't have anything off the top of my head yet, but
That'd be fun.
I definitely want to have prizes because it's fun.
Yes.
And we'll just make it go to the end of the year because we're brand new. We want to give people time to find us, find the podcast, find the group, and participate. And so we want to give people plenty of time. And that way, too, if you're making a Christmas gift for somebody who makes you smile or laugh,
And that works too.
or the gift itself makes you smile, so you're making that anyway,
Why not just, do the thing.
yeah, join along. And because I'm all about double, triple, quadruple dripping and all the groups, I'm all about that. I love all the knit alongs. I participate in way too many. But, I know, so I hesitated to even start another one. But I love, knit alongs, make alongs. I love it.
Craft
Super fun.
alongs.
Craft alongs. Thank you. Coin a new term. So, go to our group, In Stitches Podcast, and join the knit along. And introduce yourself. I'll have a welcome thread. Introduce yourself. Assuming anybody's even watching this, but hopefully there is. And yes, and if you have any comments for us, suggestions, whatever, put it down below.
Feel free to comment and
Feel
say
free
hi.
to comment and say hi. And that's it.
That's it.
That's it for
All right.
episode
Number 1.
Yay! Bye.
Bye.